Hello out there, and welcome to our College Confidential Edition, Championship Game Week Edition. Last edition of the season, getting ready for the big game in Jerry World. I'm Jimmy Birch.
I'm Carlos Mendez.
And we're getting ready to watch the Ohio State Buckeyes take on the Oregon Ducks Monday night in Jerry World. You got the two teams with the two longest winning streaks in college football. Oregon at 9, Ohio State at 12. How's this thing shake out?
Boy, 12 and 9, that's a long way from 29, isn't it?
It's a long way from 29. Yeah, Florida State, no historical precedence this year.
But these two teams are, of course, the hottest teams in the country. You can make a case that they're the best teams in the country, but it doesn't matter now. They're the two teams that have lasted the longest, and they're here now. And I think they're going to put on a really good championship game because the head of steam that Ohio State has right now it might surprise Oregon once they're on the field in the first quarter on Monday night because of the way Ohio State has just played these last three games.
Their confidence level is really high from being there in Columbus and being around them. I mean, 12-0 is hard to achieve for anybody, and they just knocked off Kingpin Alabama with their number 3 quarterback, which is darn hard to achieve. But Oregon isn't hurting a quarterback either. Obviously Marcus is coming here next month to collect the Davey O'Brien Award, and he collected something a little bit even higher profile a few weeks ago in New York. What did you think of your visit to Eugene and how ready he is for this?
Well, I enjoyed meeting the kid. What struck me is just how everybody talks about how down to earth he is, but he really didn't get fazed by any of it. He even was relaxed up there with the media. He cracked some smiles. This is a guy who's used to this stage, I believe, and I think Oregon gets him ready for that just because they've got an atmosphere out there that is sort of a trust the process, let your preparation do the work, and just be yourself.
So Jason Garrett coaches this team?
No, he is about the process. They trust the process.
Oh, okay, excuse me. I get processes confused.
Yeah. But that's their slogan, and so far it's gotten them here. And it looks like this guy is the embodiment of that because, the way he plays, he never looks forced. He never looks stressed. It just seems to come naturally for him. Even the biggest games he made, the biggest plays he made in the Rose Bowl, it looked like almost a practice session for him, the way he could make those cuts and just score.
Well, what's fascinating is that's almost the antithesis of what Ohio State has in Cardale Jones, who's barely played. But my goodness, what he's put on film has been fantastic. I mean, this, no disrespect to the kid, but if ever this was an ignorance is bliss situation, I mean, I really think he's oblivious enough to the pressure that it's just working magically for them, and that's kind of Ohio State's take. They weren't real sure what they had, and he's been nothing short of phenomenal. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what he did in the comeback against Alabama, and if he continues playing like he's played in his first 2 games as a starter, my goodness, they could win the thing. He could be the MVP.
Yeah, you could almost make a case he's been better than the first 2 quarterbacks out there because he's played in a higher stakes game and he's performed better. This guy is the engine behind that offense right now, and it's a speed offense. This is going to be something that Oregon may or may not be expecting. It's going to be interesting to see how they react defensively.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So you touched on a little bit. A lot of carryover. Urban Meyer spent a lot of time in Oregon during his year out of coaching, hanging around Chip Kelly, soaking in the process. And I know Mark Helfrich mentioned a little bit of that this is more of a look-alike game and than people maybe realize. And they're both more power running teams, and people appreciate.
Yeah, and I think Alabama saw that firsthand because that was a game where I don't believe Alabama expected Ohio State to come back once they were down 21-6. You think of these Big Ten teams as being stodgy and plodding. You get them down 2 touchdowns, and you might be in good shape. But the way they came back and struck back was, very SEC-like, very Lightning-like. And I think that's what's going to make this matchup on Monday night really interesting. They say matchups make fights. Styles make fights, and I think that's what we'll see.
Well, one of the O teams is going to win it, obviously. The other one won't. Which one's it going to be? Who do you like?
Walking over here, I kept thinking Oregon, but I think I've talked myself into Ohio State. Let's go with the Buckeyes.
Okay, well, I could go other way. Let's have the coin go the other way. I'll go with the Ducks. That way we're guaranteed to be right, and we appreciate you watching us this year, and enjoy the game Monday.